Hey, everybody. I am Steve Borey from the Jackpot Gents. If you're familiar with us, it is me and my son. We're a father and son team, play usually video poker in the casinos. And my son is joining me today for our interview, and he is Matt Borey.
How's it going, everybody? And this is our channel, the Jackpot Gents. We're splitting this video into two parts. Part one is going to go here on the Jackpot Gents. Part two is going to go on our other channel, the American Casino Guide book, youtube.com/@American Casino Guide book. The link to part two will be down in the description. And today we are talking to Easy Life Slots. How are you doing, Easy?
Good. How are you?
Good. And we are talking today about something with I guess it's what is being considered illegal bookmaking, I think, on where people on TikTok and now YouTube are gambling with other people's money. And the news articles have started to come out that there's people in Minnesota that are being investigated for it. And you're sort of the one that's been following it all and breaking it on social media. So let's just sort of get right into us. Tell us about you and your channel and your background.
So I started my YouTube channel, I would say maybe about 6, 7 years ago. And I started just uploading slot videos and doing live streams from the casino. And then since then, it has evolved to essentially calling out the things that go on behind the scenes, and some things that happen publicly, maybe that people don't know about. Just advising them of essentially the happenings of the slot community.
I saw someone refer to you as the TMZ of TikTok. I don't know if you like that or not, but I thought it kind of makes sense a little bit.
Yeah, I've been referred to many different. I've had.
I think that was one of the nicer things you've been referred to as.
Yes, it doesn't bother me. It's okay. I guess it comes along with the territory when you call people out, so I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't think we've actually mentioned what is the name of your channel, Easy?
Easy Life Slot Jackpots.
Okay, well, for people who aren't familiar with it, because we're streamers. We started off. We love to play video poker, so we started off streaming ourselves, our play in casinos. We started
about a year ago.
Yeah, about a year or so ago. We started with slot, but we switched to video poker. We like video poker. So can you explain to people who aren't familiar with it, what is a slot streamer?
A slot streamer is a person that will go live or record videos of themselves playing slot machines and upload those videos to social media platforms.
All right, and how do they make their money?
From whatever platforms they're uploading to, they get paid for the amount of views that those videos receive. People can send them donations, depending on the platform. Each platform calls it something different. Some channels have subscription services where you can join for a certain dollar amount per month just to show support to that creator. There's channels that have merch stores where you can buy their merch. There's definitely many avenues to make money. Some streamers or channels, whatever you want to call them, they also have sponsorship deals from casinos or online websites. Some people also have some odd sponsorships that don't really pertain to slotting.
Now, here's a question for you, though. Now, do you think that people who watch these slot streamers, do people think that these slot streamers make money from their slot play in casinos, or do they realize that there's other avenues that these
I think
slot
some
streamers
people,
have?
I think some people know that, maybe have been longtime viewers, know what the deal is, how people make money on these platforms, and maybe if people are new, they don't really know that people make money.
Mm-hmm. Well, and well, here's another question, because people see this and they say, "Oh, I can do this. Anybody can," and it's true. Anybody can go into a casino as long as you get permission and film your slot play and make money. Have you heard of any stories where people, and maybe they don't realize, how much they could lose? Have you heard any stories of people that have tried to start streaming channels and gone broke or anything like that?
I haven't heard of anyone going broke. I mean, you always hear things, but I wouldn't repeat it because, I don't know what's in your bank account, so I can't say if you're a millionaire or you're broke. So I wouldn't speak on someone saying, oh, this person went broke. I don't know that for a fact. I don't know what people have, but I have heard, just as of recently, a specific channel said that if they don't start making a profit, they're going to end their channel. And I found that to be kind of interesting because if you were passionate about something, you would just do it, right? And when you have some type of channel and you're putting out content, you would think that that person's passionate about it. But this person must not be passionate because it seems like they're just in it to make money. And they admit it, I'm not making money, I'm losing money. And if I don't start making money soon, I'm going to close my channel down.
Well, I could see that happening because I know that the issue is, well, not the one thing is most streamers, the videos they put up are really only going to be winning videos. You don't know how many losing sessions they have between the winning videos,
Right.
And what we've started doing this year is we're just being extremely transparent. We're just posting all our plays, no matter what, win or lose, and then we have a running tally at the end of the video, saying how we're doing so far for the year. And we're down, I think, $4,000 or $5,000 at this point for the year. So I can understand those losing streaks happen. And we're playing video poker, which has a much lower house edge than slots. So I could imagine it's much, much worse with slot streamers, especially with the level that some of these people play at.
Right.
And now I guess the biggest slot streamer, well, there's two people that claim they're the biggest slot streamers. There's what is the NG Slots, and then Brian Christopher. Do you have what are your thoughts on the two of them?
When you say biggest, do you mean like in terms of subscriber base?
Yeah, subscriber base or just views in general. I think one claims they're the biggest for subscribers, the other claims they're the biggest for views.
Technically, current, present day, whatever today's date is, January 29th, VLR by views is the #1 slot channel currently.
Oh, I haven't even heard of them.
Vegas Low Roller?
Oh, Vegas Low Roller. Oh, okay. Yeah.
We like him. He's a nice guy.
He is #1 currently by views. But if you were to go by subscribers, yes, Brian Christopher would be the #1 channel on YouTube. Every platform also carries a different number, subscriber base or follower base, whatever you want to call it.
All right. Well, we've known Brian for a long time. Actually, he interviewed when he first started. Matt and I were at the G2E, the Global Gaming Expo in Las Vegas one year, and he came and he interviewed me for his channel because at that time I had this.
I think he had like 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers at that point.
Yeah, so we've known him a long time, but we've never really had any. He's always been nice to us, so I can't say anything bad about him. But now, have you ever done a video on us? Were you aware of us?
I was aware of your channel when it was called American Casino Guide, and I know you changed the channel name to Jackpot Gents, but as far as doing a video about you guys, no.
Oh, thank goodness. That's that's good news. Well, see, on our channel, what we try and do is so now we play video poker because, like I said, with video poker, it has a lower casino edge and there's a skill involved, and that's why we try and tell people it's a much better game to play than slot machines. But again, we try and be upfront and show people our whole play and how much we lose, but we also try and explain that you're expected to lose, whether you're playing slots or video poker. You are expected to lose in the long run, but as these streamers, they have other sources of revenue, and that's how they're able to survive. But now some of these channels do a group pull, and we've never done a group pull. Can you explain what a group pull is?
Sure. So a group pull is when a group of people, varies on the amount of people, will pool their money together. So let's say, Matt and Steve and myself, we could do a group pull, the three of us. and we could all put in $500 each. So then we would have $1,500, and we would pool that money together and play a slot machine for, it depends, every group pool will have a different rule. Some people will just cycle the first 1,500 through and then stop, and then split whatever's left, the balance between the three of us. Some people have rules that will double or nothing, or will play to a jackpot. So, the rules of a group pool vary from person that's organizing it. But that is pretty much the gist of what a group pool is. But it could be on a much larger scale. There's been some channels that have held group pools with 50 participants, where each person will put in $100. So now they'll have $5,000. And it's the same premise, they play a machine together and split the profit or the loss at the end of, whatever the predetermined amount of spins are, or like I said, whatever the rules are.
And one of the reasons that we never did these is I feel there's got to be a lot of tax implications involved, because it's the most casinos have the rule that whoever hits the button has to pay the taxes on it.
Correct. So there are a lot of things that need to be taken into consideration. I'll give you an example. I've held group pools in the past in person with all the participants there. And my rules were, if any jackpots were hit under $10,000, I would not deduct the amount of taxes from the group. I can cover the loss. That's something to go on the tax side of it. But that was my rule. And my other rule was that I am the only person that is allowed to spin the button. Everyone's there watching, but I won't let anyone spin, because of like what you just said, that typically casinos will only pay the person that spun the machine that won that jackpot. Now, there are other channels, perfect example, Brian Christopher, that will allow his participants to spin the machine, and the casino will pay him rather than the person that spun the machine. And I don't know how he gets around that. And I think it's a liability, because technically that person could say, pay me, I spun it. They could take that money and leave. And then
there's an article about this. It was several years ago down here in South Florida.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw it, with the old guy and the young girl.
It was a guy with, and I think he had like a escort or whatnot, and she hit the button and she took the money. Exactly. That's a perfect example.
They never came out and said that, but it was a man with a very young woman with him, and then he asked her to press the button or something because she said he needed luck, and she hit. I think it was like $50,000 or $100,000.
It was substantial for sure, and I know that article, and that's not the only article. This has happened in the past before, so it's just anyone watching this that has a channel, if you are going to hold a group pool in person, because holding virtual group pools are illegal, you should be spinning the button yourself, because you don't know, your participants, what could happen.
And then I guess there's another thing where all these, a lot of these streamers are pushing social casinos. And then what exactly are those?
So social casinos are essentially online casinos where you can gamble with your money online. And I don't have the list in front of me, but I believe it's a handful, 5 or 6 states that have legal online gambling. I know New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Michigan. I might be missing 1 or 2, but those casinos, those states are regulated that they have online gambling. You have to be physically located in that state to gamble. So me as a New Yorker, I can drive into New Jersey. Once I'm in the New Jersey jurisdiction, even though I'm a New Yorker, I can gamble online. You just have to be physically located in the state. But what you're referring to are other websites that are essentially illegal. There's many casinos that are based in Malta, and they market to all the states and want people to gamble online. Those casinos are illegal. There's one specifically, Chumba Casino, that floats around the laws, I guess you would say. They call it a sweepstakes.
Mhm.
But as of recently, there was a class action lawsuit with the state of Kentucky where they sued Chumba, and Chumba settled with them. So I've actually discussed this. I find it interesting that they settled, and I wonder if the other states are going to start coming after Chumba, because now there's something, you know, on the books that they settled this lawsuit.
Mhm.
Well, we've never been fans of social casinos ourselves because we have our channel, we have our website, and we get approached all the time by social casinos. And we just don't understand the thrill of it. I don't know, because you can't win anything. You have, yeah,
What he's talking about, you can now win
well,
money.
and
They started,
sweepstakes coins.
yeah,
Yeah.
they started out as just casinos where you would just play for, you'd have to buy real credits with, or
Right.
fake
So
credits with real money, and then it was, you ended up on a leaderboard.
when you say social casinos, you're referring to like apps like Jackpot Party and
Mhm.
Parts of Vegas. Those are
Mhm.
sites where, you know, you can get free coins for sure,
Yeah.
and you could also buy coins, but it's an entertainment value. But in regards to that, I don't think that those are bad, because there's no difference than playing one of those for fun, because you know you're playing for fun and you can't win money, than, you know, buying an app in the app store and playing a game. You know, some
Mhm.
people like to play Candy Crush, and then they buy coins on Candy Crush to
Mhm.
play the game. There's no difference. It's entertainment. You're paying for entertainment. You're not doing anything illegal. They're not illegal casinos. They're just for fun.
So now let's hop into the whole reason we asked to talk to you, and that is about this illegal gambling that is happening on social media, whether it be TikTok, YouTube. You know, there are now people on these platforms that they play on behalf of other people, uh, whether it be donations or whatever they call it. They're using some words to try and make it sound less nefarious than it is. So when did this start, and how widespread is it?
This probably started about a year ago, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, give or take. Um, it primarily started on TikTok, and it has flooded over a little bit to YouTube, a little bit to Facebook, and a little bit to Instagram. And as far as how widespread it is, in addition to being on all those platforms, um, you're probably close to maybe 150 channels or people that are doing it across all the platforms.
Now, are these like kind of big channels, or they're mostly small channels, or?
All over the place. Some small, some big, some little.
Okay. Now, so this is going to be it for part one. If you want to see part two, make sure you go either click the link in the description that'll bring you straight to part two, or go subscribe to our other channel, youtube.com/@ American Casino Guide Book. Easy Life Slot Jackpots, thank you very much for joining us today. If people want to learn more about you or your channel, where can they do that?
They can look me up on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Easy Life Slot Jackpots.
All right. Thank you very much.